Hey, Dan Meyer here, and today we're going to talk about how to scale your business with virtual staffing. This is something I know really well. I've scaled my own business primarily with virtual staffing. I've helped my clients scale their businesses primarily with virtual staffing. In today's world where we want to get the best talent from anywhere we can, we want to provide the most flexibility for our business, we need to figure out how to scale up our business using virtual staff. It all starts with that first virtual assistant, with that first person, and once you bring that person on board, you have them help you grow your business and you keep adding. That's how most businesses get started with virtual staffing. And what I'm talking about to you today is some of the reasons why it's important and some of the benefits you'll get from virtual staffing. I'm going to talk about 6 topics. The first one's going to be getting extra resources. When you have a virtual assistant and that virtual assistant becomes your right hand, you can more than double your output. I'll talk about how to expand your digital marketing. Super important if you are your primary digital marketer. Talk about how to manage your time better when you have virtual staff. Talk about how having virtual staff allows you to get more for your budget, more bang for your buck. I'll talk about the importance of 24/7 customer support, having people that can respond to your clients when you're not able to. Is another thing that's very, very important. And the most important thing I think people should know is it's easy to start, right? Having a good virtual assistant that will lead into building a virtual team is not as hard as it may sound. And I'll walk you through some of the pros and cons people have come across when they tried it themselves. So a little bit more about me, though, is that I've been doing this for 10 years, right? So I left my corporate job at Wells Fargo after 15 years, moved across the planet, lived in the Philippines for several years, set up my first virtual staffing team to support a friend of a friend's business, an e-commerce business in Boston. And we started with 6 people. And before I knew it, my business had grown to 100 people. In less than a year and a half, we went from 6 to 100. My own business that I launched in the Philippines for my analytics training and consulting within the call center industry, I started with 2 virtual people, and that team grew to be almost a dozen. All in, I have 100 employees working for a variety of clients, as well as my own businesses spread out around the country. And the benefits we get from virtual staffing, of course, it's cost. Of course, it's flexibility. There's a lot of things that I'll mention today, but the bottom line is that you're going to get good value when you find the right people. And that's what I mean by getting extra resources. When you scale your business, you want to increase your ability to handle increased work volume, right? So your ability to handle things that come with increased work is one of the areas where people get stuck. They get bottlenecked. As business owners, especially as entrepreneurs or solopreneurs, we get stuck in Busyville. We get too busy doing things that someone else should be doing. It's a challenge sometimes for us to delegate things to other people. Having a great virtual assistant that can take over a lot of the manual, repetitive tasks that you're doing every day, things that you don't have to do but have to get done, is a great way to kind of add extra resource, right? Give somebody else a chance to do things that you don't want to do or shouldn't be doing to free you up to do what you need to do, the things that are important for you. Like me, most of you are probably the face of your own business. You're the mover and shaker. You're the primary driver. And every day you spend in front of a spreadsheet looking at financials. Every day you're inputting contact information into your customer database. Every day that you're the one posting on social media are days that you're not out there meeting people, networking, sharing your story, engaging with clients, trying to look for new business. So to me, that's where it all starts. You get a virtual assistant who can free you up from doing some of the things, and then it goes from there. I started with mainly social media and marketing as the primary things that I outsourced. I also outsource all my financial stuff, my bookkeeping. I outsource my accounting. The things that I focus on are content creation, business development, where I'm in person or online. I'm doing video conferences, or I'm going to real conferences. I'm talking about my business. I'm sharing my knowledge. I'm taking my IP, my intellectual property, and using it to be able to help other businesses that are having challenges that I can help them solve. That's what I do best, and I focus on that because I have people that do other things in my business. Digital marketing is probably the most important part of a business that you should be outsourcing. I'll give you 3 reasons. Number 1 is that your time is probably inconsistent. you're probably not able to go online and do the same thing every day because you're running your business and you're doing things that cause you to miss times where you would normally have posted, or you don't get everything out there, or you have to rush things. Having a VA do that for you, that's their primary job function, is to make sure every day at 10 a.m. a new video goes live on your YouTube channel, and at 2 o'clock every afternoon a new blog post drops and is shared to all your social media channels. This is the kind of things that you should have a VA running. You can also have a VA help manage your newsletter, to gather names, to share it, to track it, to see who's opening things, what's being liked, so that when you go back to create content, you're creating things that are going to be watched and viewed. Have them run that part of your business. Another thing that digital marketing through a virtual staff will help you is to have a more consistent voice, right? A content calendar where you're sharing things at the same time on a regular basis, so your audience knows what to expect from you, right? It's important for me to be able to make sure that my audience knows when I'm going to drop new stuff about technology, or when I'm going to share stories about my background, about our throwback stuff, about things we've done in the past that we're still doing today, to highlight an event I'm speaking at, or to talk about a conference I'm attending. These things should be planned out so that you allow your audience to find things in a regular pattern. If you're dropping a new tech talk every Tuesday, people are going to get used to that, and every Tuesday they're going to look for new tech talk from you. And this builds a lot of customer interaction. This builds engagement. These are the kind of things that VAs can help you with digital marketing. Another thing about having a virtual staff is that you have to organize your time better, right? Because you're not all in the same place. You can't walk over to their desk. You've got to think about how you can manage your time with them, which helps you manage your time better and gives them guidance on how to manage their time better. Using tools like Trello or Monday or Asana are good ways to manage time. Making sure that you have regular meetings, that you're communicating, you're checking in with each other, that you have ways to track deliverables and project deadlines. All this stuff will only help you get better at organizing your own time. I find that most companies, entrepreneurs, spend a lot of time on administrative tasks. These again are things you can delegate, right? You don't have to be the one calling for every meeting and taking notes and doing everything to research for a meeting and doing the PowerPoints and doing the actual recording of the videos. You can have someone else do all that for you to free you up to just do the boss things, to do what you need to do to be able to drive the business forward.